3, 2, 1, start. Pakistan's infrastructure development woes are wide and deep, full stop. The country must annually spend at least 10% of its GDP to cover the growing infrastructure gap, full stop. The combined federal and provincial development expenditure, a critical component of long-term economic growth planning, has never crossed 2% of GDP, full stop. The reasons are obvious, full stop. 1, broader infrastructure development, bearing vote earning local schemes, has never been a priority for politicians, full stop. 2, it has always been a challenge for successive governments to find sufficient resources for undertaking large infrastructure projects, thanks to the colossal failure of the FBR to collect tax revenues in keeping with the size of the economy, full stop. While the resource crunch has never compelled the ruling elites to cut down their wasteful spending, it does not stop them from slashing budgeted development allocations, full stop. Next para. It, therefore, comes as no surprise that the government has so far utilized just 10.4%, or rupees 114.5 billion, of the total federal development program of rupees 1.1 trillion for the current fiscal year till end November, full stop. The fiscal authorities are keeping a tight lid on disbursement to shrink the fiscal deficit under the ongoing IMF program, full stop. Since the FBR is facing a revenue collection shortfall of rupees 156 billion, the overall federal and provincial development expenditures are likely to remain far below the budget estimates, full stop. In its latest monetary policy statement, the State Bank has flagged the FBR's poor performance as a risk to inflation, saying it would be a challenge for the fiscal authorities to meet the IMF condition of producing a primary surplus of 1% of GDP and lead them to implement contingency taxation measures to fill the revenue gap, full stop. At a time when the government is grappling with the bigger issue of resource crunch, it would be senseless to expect it to increase its spending on development projects, full stop. It is unfortunate that the nation's future growth is heavily dependent upon an inefficient organization of questionable integrity like the FBR, full stop. End.